Wow. Was today a bit draining? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I know my eyes are tired, my brain is tired, my body is definitely worn out. The feelings of frustration and I wouldn't even say anxiousness, but all of that stuff was definitely kicking in today. And I want to kind of tell you why. And I'm sure many of you are probably having a situation like that previously before too. But I think the real message really is how some things can drain and take a lot of energy from you that you never thought would have really taken a lot of energy from you. Today, I took the time to make some updates to my website. If you don't know, I am developing a brand called Stay Fresh. You want to live the freshest lifestyle that you can ever have. Fresh way of living, the way that you eat, the things that you're doing, the places that you surround yourself with. You want a fresh mind, body, and environment. That's the basis of the brand. And it's something that I really believe in, especially with all the things that I went through, I know, in my life. I'm going through 4 surgeries, going through moments of depression, man, having PTSD, going through and playing college football. Man, there's so many things that I've done that have taken my life in ups and downs. And now, like feeling my body and understanding a little bit more about my mind, I make it a priority to make sure I'm at the best that I can be. I know I'm not going to be at peak every single day, but I know I can take control of little things every day. So part of the website was just building some information out for you guys that can hopefully help. Something that you can interact with, something that you can enjoy and actually take some time to sit with for yourself. And many of you have probably heard of the software Claude. And if you haven't, it's another AI software that can help with whatever things that I guess you're looking into. I know a lot of people know about ChatGPT and using that all the time, um, but Claude has been pretty helpful for me lately. But today, me and Claude we weren't like this. We were not locked in today. It felt like it, I turned something so simple and easy enough to something one of the most complex, complicated things out there. It took me hours. I mean, hours just to get to where I am now, and I'm still not even done with what I wanted to do. Still not even done with what I wanted to do. I felt my frustration going through the roof. I remember talking to Claude and putting in the message and saying, I think this is a point right now where we're both just getting all over the place and we're both just being frustrated and we can't produce what we need. Like, I remember going and telling chat or telling Claude, like, this looks horrible. And it was trying to come back and tell me because I was taking screenshots of what things that I needed to edit. I would submit it back and it would be like, it would say, yeah, I get it. I think we've done a lot today. I think we've done a lot of work today. Your phone's at 8%. I think we just need to come back on this tomorrow. And I was like, is Claude giving up on me? The software that I'm using for help is actually giving up on me. Like I was going to work. I mean, I was working. But the only reason why things took so long is because the information that was provided was incorrect or made errors to the website. And I had to input the code, test it, run it, see how it looks on the website, If there are errors, I have to screenshot, figure out where in the code it went wrong, then connect something back to change the code, change and place the whole code in. Then it's having me put codes in different places that's messing up the whole, like, there was so many things that was just getting me really, really frustrated. Then the feeling of anxiousness kicked in because I want this to be the best. I want this to look really nice. I want this to look appealing to you guys. I want this to be as smooth as possible for anybody that's navigating this. I want somebody like my mom that's going through my social media pages and happens to come across my website and being like, this was so easy for me to operate. I can clearly see things. Things are big enough for me to read. You know, just those simple things are what I try to make involved. But I know there is a younger audience that also likes the pop and the pizzazz, the really cool stuff. And I believe I've found that blend, but man, has it been some work. So once that anxiousness feeling started to kick in, I felt my energy like I felt it being depleted. I felt it in the conversations that I was having. There is there's somebody that I really, really enjoy talking to, and I want to make sure that I have my best energy. And I knew that my energy was just off because it was really pissing me off. I stopped talking for a long time just to focus, just to focus. And I know that a lot of us have these emotions. A lot of us have these feelings. There's things that's happening in our days, whether it be at work, whether it be at school, whether it be with our family, where our energy is just being depleted. And it may be just something so simple that's turning into something so complex that is now riling you up. It's now bringing a new energy to you that you don't necessarily need involved in your life. And once that energy starts kicking in, you start affecting your relationships. You start affecting just those people that are closest to you, that want to support you, that love you, that care for you. And now you want to be hostile because some little error is happening at this moment. If you carry this on day after day, you let this stuff build up, and one of these days you're gonna pop, you know, you're gonna pop. And the fact that I was able to feel that overwhelming emotional feeling, like to the point to where if you're a gamer, you understand this. If you're an athlete, you understand this. If there's somebody on your team that is really pissing you off, if there's somebody on your team that's not following the assignment, no matter how clear, no matter how many times you have to tell them, they're constantly doing it wrong, they're gonna piss you off and you're gonna want to yell, you're gonna want to say something. If you're at work, you got this coworker that's pissing you off, and you go up in there snapping at him, it's not gonna look good. It's not gonna look good. Sometimes we have to be more aware of when we start to get overwhelmed. You start to have to, or not you start, you have to be aware when things are getting a little bit out of whack. And you have to be aware when there's a lot of moving parts going around, and we need to simplify some things a little bit more. You need to take a little bit of time to yourself. You need to take a little breather. You need to take a moment for you to reclaim your thoughts and come back. The more you overwhelm yourself or the more you try to power through the rough parts, the worse really things are going to get. If you're pissed off in a conversation, the more you continue to try to conversate at this higher tone that you're in and this heated energy that you got yourself in, it's not going to get any better. You need to take that moment for you. And that was definitely like one of the One of the biggest things I definitely felt today. Normally, I really don't feel that, but I'm proud of myself now to know that I can understand what that feeling is, and I see where it's coming from. I know there's the best intentions there, and you want it to be as best as possible, but sometimes you just got to take a day, one day at a time, one piece at a time. I remember having a conversation with my friend the other day of asking me how long are my work blocks? How long do I work? Because sometimes I work for 6 hours straight. And I was just telling him the other day, I really don't set a whole lot of work blocks, but if I do work, of course I have that block set, but it may be like 40 minutes, maybe an hour, max hour 30. And what did I do today? Sat there at the computer for hours. And what did it do? It got me frustrated, it got me anxious, it got me overwhelmed, it got me into an emotional state that I don't want to be in. So I also realized I gotta listen to my own advice, but in my head I was like, I'm cooking. Things are going really well, things are going smooth, and then things just started getting bad. Things just started getting bad. And I had to take a step back for a bit, then come back to it, and things started to smoothly, work themselves out. And also, like, if you keep seeing me like look away, I do like take notes about my day of kind of like what's going on, so I don't fall off track, talking to you guys. But a lot of these videos, they're pretty raw, you know, they're pretty straight from my brain of what things I went through during the day. Um, I mean, my last real things to just hit home for you guys is sometimes it's not necessarily the exact task that you're doing. Sometimes it's just the approach that you're taking. It's just the small things that you could be doing that you may not be doing. Are you overloading with a lot of things? Are you trying to do everything at once? Or are you going to take things one phase at a time? Like, you got to understand, we have this life and we have an elongated amount of time. People try to tell you you don't have any time, and when you're in your 20s, you got to be grinding and hustling and doing all this. And I don't get me wrong, I tried, and that's what got me to the feelings and the phase of what I just got into right now or today. Sometimes that stuff is not necessary. Sometimes you can take things one moment at a time. You can have more thoughts that are fully thought out, that are pretty thorough and clear. And I believe that is where you really get that clarity from. When you're able to take things piece by piece and part by part and just take your time and enjoy those little moments, things become a lot clearer and a lot easier for you. So tomorrow for you guys, since it is nighttime, and I don't know if it's nighttime when you're gonna watch this, but tomorrow morning start fresh. Start with no phone. Start with a day of just you and your mind. Sit with yourself. Go relax. Just have a moment. So your brain is just clear. You don't have to have any stress. You don't have to have any worries of what's going to be my next task for the day. Just enjoy that moment. Pace yourself through the day. When I tell you to pace yourself, the easiest way I can put it for you is slow down. That's it. Slow down. You don't have to get everything done now. So hope you guys got something out of my struggles today. And if you guys are wanting to check out the website, check the link in the description. It's pretty fire. It'll open up in about 11 days now. Um, maybe 10 days and some odd hours, but you guys get to check it out firsthand. Hope the guys, hope you guys are doing well and your families are doing well and you really are enjoying this life that you have. And I thank you for allowing me to be a part of that journey with you. Because you're sitting here watching this. And that's all I really got for you today. You'll have some more thoughts from me at another time. But I hope you guys have a good one.